President Emmanuel Macron speaking out against woke, quote, nonsense, his word tonight, urging the European Union to drop its focus on banning the usage of certain words based on gender and things like Christmas. Well, that sounds like a good place to start. So tonight's lightning round with KTTH Seattle radio host Jason Rantz. Great to have you back.
Thanks for having me. Merry Christmas.
And to you as well. Okay, so Emmanuel Macron says this, according to the Telegraph, a Europe that comes to explain to people what words they should or shouldn't say is not a Europe to which I totally adhere. It's nonsense, basically. All right. As one of my producers wrote, if you've lost the French president over wokeness, what's going on?
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, look, the greatest global threat right now is probably focusing on virtue signaling one's wokeness when you could actually be tackling issues that matter. A global economy, national security, the COVID response, Russia versus Ukraine. You've got a bunch of woke scolds who basically want to ditch, as you point out, Christmas or the term Christmas break for a holiday period. What holiday are they talking about? Christmas, of course. Everyone actually knows this. This is a document that is an exercise in rhetorical self-pleasure, right? No one is offended by these words. They pretend to be offended so they can claim some kind of victimhood, and they like that. They like to go on social media and say that they're victims of, they're oppressed because people are using language that offends them. We have to just stop this nonsense. By their very nature, woke activists are trying to dismantle the very concepts that keep countries strong. We're seeing it happen here, right? They try to go after national unity because wokeness divides. And right now, I don't think we can afford it.
Well, Emmanuel is not having it, at least not across the ocean. Okay, now to some of your reporting about a guy who, listen, you have a lot of these examples, but this is a guy in particular that keeps getting bailed out. He's a problem offender. This is what you wrote. The King County Prosecutor's Office asked for $25,000 in bail during the first appearance of this guy, Tyler Martin, arguing that he's substantially likely to commit a violent offense. But Judge Colinder K. Dillon lowered the case to $1,000, paving the way for him to be bailed out. What happened once he was bailed out?
Well, right now we don't know. The question is, what is he doing right now? We know why he was put in jail. This is a homeless man. His name is Tyler Martin. And he's accused of gouging an officer's eye while resisting arrest. And it's kind of disgusting for a moment, but he jammed his finger so deep into the officer's eye socket that his palm touched the officer's face. So this is not someone who should be running around free. How he got out was it was paid by the Northwest Community Bail Fund. There are organizations like this all around the country that effectively indiscriminately pay the bail of people that they say are marginalized, as if they're doing something that's noble because these people are marginalized. Sorry, this is a guy who is a danger. He has a previous record of an allegation of assault against an officer. He didn't do any jail time whatsoever. He was released on personal recognizance at that time. And guess what? He skipped out on his next court date. What do you think is going to happen at this point? The groups that just bail these folks out, while they want to be perceived as heroes, the truth of the matter is they're villains. The Northwest Community Bail Fund and other organizations like them are making life more dangerous for the rest of us.
Okay, and some news on Chris Cuomo as his case continues to unfold. Apparently his forthcoming book, it would have been with HarperCollins, one of its imprints. They say that's been pulled. We do not intend to publish the Cuomo book, HarperCollins rep said. There's also this headline that he's preparing to sue CNN for more than $18 million over his contract that he said should have been paid out. He claims they knew all along what he was doing as far as being involved with his brother, the governor, and all kinds of things. But now he's out of several jobs, including, it sounds like, his radio gig as well.
Yeah, on the CNN part, I think he's absolutely correct. They very clearly knew what he was up to. The only question is, did they discover something during this investigation that we don't really know the true details of? We've heard of the sexual harassment claim in the past. Is there something more there? Is there some evidence that would very clearly embarrass CNN and show something that they wouldn't be able to recover from? And the same thing for HarperCollins. I will say this. I mean, either they're privy to new details about sexual harassment or they're just kind of, they're suspecting that something more is going to come here. But if I were them, I mean, look, his firing was the only reason you might want to buy his book. I mean, we would have been told that in between monosyllabic, descriptions about his workout routine, but he eventually would have gotten to the information there.
Maybe that's what he'll do. Maybe he'll have a workout, workout book.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that myself.
I don't want to see that workout.
All right, Jason. Thank you very much. Always great to see you.
Thanks, Shanna.